I'm going to be showing you some basic proportions to draw a self-portrait and using my picture as a reference so you can see where the proportions come from. To start with a portrait, we're going to be drawing an oval, and you will notice if you're looking in a mirror that your chin might have a slight shape besides that general oval. So do the best you can with your eraser on your page to draw an oval, looking at your chin and adding any kind of details you see there. And then I'm going to be using a green line to show you when to use your eraser and a black line for things you would actually draw with a pencil. So I'm going to use a green line and put a line where my eyes are, and then a line where my nose is. I have kind of a plus sign here. And the reason I'm doing that is because your eyes are in the middle of your head. And when I move this picture away, I have this bar here. It's the same size, and so you can see that my eyes are about halfway in the middle of my head. A lot of times people will draw their eyes in after they've done the oval, and they are way up on your forehead. Let's place this again. So I'm going to grab my green, and we will put the plus sign here. So there's the middle, and let's see if that's about the middle here. Then to start drawing the eye, I'm going to put a little dot where the pupil is. And we can just look and see where that is. So when I move that away, it looks like it's about halfway between the side of my face and my nose. So if we look at this distance here, it's maybe a little bit closer to my nose than the side of my face. There it looks like it's about halfway. Kind of depends on how wide your face is, but in general, your face is 5 eyes wide. So if I am tracing that eye, trace this eye, I should be able to fit one eye in the middle and then an eye on the side. So our face is about 5 eyes wide. I might have my oval a little narrow on that side. So I'm going to start then on my final with the dot for my pupil out in the middle. And then when I'm drawing that eye in, I'm thinking about that idea that there is one eye that fits between these. Look at your eye shape. A lot of times we see that the eye arch is higher on the top than the bottom. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to arch it high at the top and do flatter on the bottom. Kind of depends on your origin, what your eye shape might look like. So look in that mirror, see what you see. And then I'm going to do just a half circle to show the iris, the colored part of the eye. So I'm going to move that pupil up a little bit. And to finish off the eyes, I'm going to add a second line for an eyelid. Again, look at your eyes, see what kind of, how much eyelid you see. Then we're going to add some eyebrows. And if I take my eraser and I draw a circle around my eyes, that represents the eye socket. Feel on your face where that eye socket is. You might feel the edge of a bone. And that's where your eyebrows rest. And we're going to just use a light line to show that. Typically starts about the corner of your eye. And then look at the direction of the hair and your eyebrow. And I'm just going to draw that. It's probably going to be right on that line. It could be a little bit closer to your eye. So we can see how far away are your eyebrows to your eye. Okay, we're ready for the nose. Your nose, here's my eyebrows, here's my eyes. Your nose is halfway between your eyebrows and your chin. So there's my indicator line, and so over here, I'm going to put that line about right there. And what we're looking for with this nose is we're tracing along the nostrils. So it's basically a curved line up, curved line down, curved line up, and you can put an indicator of the edge of your nose. So over here, curved line up, curved line down, curved line up, my indicators. You could also put a line up here by your eyes. And in general, a smaller eraser, there we go. In general, the nose fits into that space between your eyes. You have to look and see, is it wider or narrower? But if I draw a to use my green for eraser lines. If I draw a line here, that's kind of a good guide. So then you can just say, is it slightly larger or slightly smaller than that for your face? For the mouth, if I look at the nose and the chin again, the mouth is halfway between the nose and the chin. So I'm going to put my guideline here. And what I like to do when I draw mouth is I trace along that line where the lips meet. So here we see it kind of dip up, and if you smile slightly, that line changes. It's easier to draw a mouth that's closed. And your mouth is slightly wider than your nose. A lot of times it goes to about halfway to your eyes. And again, as you move your mouth around, that changes. But you'll just have to look and see if you notice that in your mirror. So I'm going to do my gentle line. And then for a lip, it narrows at the sides. It's going to go up, dip slightly, and down. Here it's going to go down, flat, and come up. Look at your lips and see how wide are your lips, and if it looks different from that. Now, that looks very feminine, the way those lips are drawn. If you are drawing a boy's mouth, you can have a little less curve. So with that first line, ooh, that's a curvy line. Okay, here we go. With this first line, a little less dip, and then on the bottom, you can just do an indication of that bottom lip, and that will look a little bit more masculine. For your ears, we're into hair and ears here, and you might not see your ears if you've got long hair, but your ears, let's go to the picture here, go from eyes to nose typically. So if I draw those in, eyes to nose, and then for your hairline, it really can vary depending on how you're wearing your hair. I'm going to do a simple hair, and then I'll do some more movies for some other hairstyles. So basically, when you draw hair in, it would go up and away from your head. It doesn't stay within that oval that you drew to begin with. And I'm going to draw directional lines showing how the hair moves. If it's short hair, it typically ends about halfway in front of your ear. Even the shortest hair still goes down to halfway between in front of your ear. Some directional lines up and away from that head. And then your neck and shoulders. Some people draw the neck way too skinny. Your neck starts off on the sides. You can kind of feel that it kind of comes down from your ears. So you want to have the neck nice and wide. And then your shoulders slope slightly. A person's body is 3 heads wide. So on your paper, if you've drawn your head nice and big, your shoulders are probably going to just go right up the page. So you can just have them slope down and go off. And if you want a simple shirt, you can do 2 curved lines. If you want to make it a little fancier, you can have a slight roundness so we can see it duck behind your shoulders there. And that's your basic face with proportion. Of course, changing it for whatever features you have.